Good morning and welcome to What's for Breakfast, Lunch, or Brunch. And right now we're looking at a plate because we're starting to get some things together. And one of the things that I think we're going to work on today is to finish up. Let me move this out the way. This living lettuce. See if we can. Oh yeah. Finish that up. And I'm going to save, of course, that root and put it in our raised garden bed to have some more. Hopefully, it's not too hot for some more lettuce to grow. If so, then that's fine. At least it won't be without an effort to make sure that it grows or give it a chance to grow. So I'm going to finish that off because it's almost done. And you know, my breakfast, lunch, or brunch is always based on what's left over and what we need to get rid of before it goes to waste. So let's get the lettuce chopped up. And before I do, let's move this. Give you a couple funny things today. Today is National Bratwurst Day, and it's National Roller Coaster Day. Used to love roller coasters when I was younger. And also, it's Tell a Joke Day. So, I got a couple of jokes for you. What do you call a train carrying bubble gum? A choo-choo train. Did some of y'all get that one? Okay, here's another one. How do billboards talk? Sign language. Okay, that one almost got me. Did some of y'all get that one? And here's the last one. Why did the gym close down? It just didn't work out. There you have it, folks. No, 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 please, please. No, no applause. No applause. No applause. No, no, no. It's okay. It's just part of my duty to try to make you laugh. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. So I'll be right back. We're going to get the lettuce cut up and we'll go on to some more things that's fun and interesting and some tips, of course, on ways to save. Okay, we got the lettuce cut up, and I just want to show you this is the part that's going to stick up above the ground in the raised bed. But I just want to show you the root. Look at that root on that lettuce. So that will definitely go out into the garden. And like last time, which I actually have a video on that too if you're interested, if you haven't seen it. It's one of the garden videos, and it shows the lettuce that was planted from the store in the garden, raised garden bed, and how big it got. And we just pulled off of the lettuce until it started to bolt, and then we just pulled it up and threw it in the compost. So we got plenty of uses out of it and nothing went to waste. Okay, we also have this little piece of cheese. That's the only little bit that's left over in the refrigerator, so we'll get that cut up and we're going to add it to the lettuce, so that way that'll get done and out of the refrigerator. All right, there's the lettuce, so enough for a little salad for me. And then there's the cheese. Okay, we're just going to put that on there. So that got rid of the lettuce before it went bad. It got rid of the cheese before it molded and turned bad, so no waste there. And we got a mug here, and that little teeny tiny pot that I was showing you that my husband brought for me. I'm going to go ahead and pour the water in there. I love that little pot. It's so lightweight. It's so easy to maneuver, and it just heats up some water, just, you know, if I want a little thing of hot tea. Now in this tin, I saved this tin. I've had it forever. Let me scoop this out the way. It's just a coffee tin that I got for Christmas many, many years ago. But I liked it. And then what we do is we just put random teas because, yes, I drink coffee now. I used to not like it, but when we started making our own coffees at home with the different syrups and mix-ins, and it tastes like when I went out and got a specialty coffee. So I will have coffee, but usually tea because coffee gets me really wired. So because I don't drink it as often as my husband does. He's the coffee drinker, I'm the tea drinker. So, but we'll put random tea bags in there. And as you see, I even have constant comment in there. That's goodness gracious. But I'm going to reach in here and pull. I say I don't want oolong. I haven't been drinking black tea because I've heard that it could mess with your iron levels if you had too much black tea. And since that's an issue of one of my issues, so that way I went to herbal teas and green teas. And when I got my blood work done, it looked like my iron level was up, which could it be something behind that? Who knows? But we're going to stick with the herbal teas or the white teas or green teas, matcha tea, just to see if that's something to look into, that might be the cause of, not all the cause, but, I wonder if it helps beat the low iron. But so we're going to use this Tazo berry blossom white, which is a delicate white tea with tinges of huckleberry and white cranberry. I've had this before and I do like it. So, let's get this out of here. I'll put that in there so we can start steeping. Now I did look on the back. This one does have white tea, natural huckleberry flavor, cranberry flavor, and black Darjeeling tea, which I've had it before, so I'm going to go ahead and use this up. But that's what we do when we have spare teas. We'll just add it to that and try to use that up first before going to another tea. So we'll get that. And we're going to go back over to this and see what else we got in here to use up. Where's my... We got some turkey pepperoni. I'm looking for the kitchen shears because that'll be the easiest way to get those cut up in there for some protein. Let's see. Is it there? Okay. All right. We're looking. Where are the scissors? Oh, I forgot, duh. We used them last night for the dinner, which we posted a video of our dinner last night. So check that out. It's got 2 product reviews. I don't know if you can hear over the water going, but it's 2 product reviews on there. And instead of doing takeout, we made our own takeout. And of course, it was super delicious. We really enjoyed it. I will tell you that instead of the traditional side that went along with it, we had a side of cottage cheese. And I think we're going to do that many more times in the future because we really like that. And that container of cottage cheese that I posted in a video as well, we actually, between my husband's lunch for the next day and our dinner, we end up literally eating that whole thing of, or using that whole thing of cottage cheese between the 3 meals, our dinner and his lunch. So yeah, very good, very worth watching if you're interested in, a quick way to have takeout without having takeout. All right, so I got this pepperoni here. Okay. And it's my favorite. I like this turkey pepperoni. I like the flavor of it. It's inexpensive. I'm just going to grab a couple pieces, and just cut some up into my salad. You know, I always give that helpful hint of keep some quick things on hand, so that way you can pull together a meal fairly quickly. Okay, that's, got to give a hand a rest there. Get things together fairly quickly to where you're not hungry and running out the door to just grab whatever you come across because you don't have anything that's quick. And there's nothing wrong with quick. I know everybody's on everything's got to be made from scratch. Everything's got to be homemade. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. And yes, who wouldn't want to try to have homemade, made from scratch meals? But reality in life is, life happens, and sometimes you need something that's going to provide, food for you, provide you something to eat, to where you're not relying on having to run out because you don't have time to spend, or the energy, or the strength, or you could have some kind of medical issues to where you just can't be in the kitchen. You got a good 10 to 15 minutes or less to get something to eat, to nutrition into your body before you carry on about your day. And like I said, that is okay. All right, and there's the turkey pepperoni cut up. That tea is steeping up real nice. Now I'm just going to slide this out the way because I want to show you something before I add it to the side. Now, we picked up, I'm a Cheez-Its fan. Love Cheez-Its. It's been a long time since I had some, so I was really wanting Cheez-Its. But we had went to Aldi, and we picked up these baked cheese crackers, which if you look at it, looks just like the Cheez-Its, okay? And I was like, well, I'm going to give them a try. How many in that? I'm going to give it a try to see if it's good or not, if it tastes like the real thing. And the reason why I'm going to give it a try is because this 21 ounce, which is a pound and 5 ounces worth of cheese crackers, baked cheese crackers, was $2.79. And they actually had the Cheez-Its right beside it, which was not even I mean, this box, as you can see, is, see if you can see it. Yeah, it's in the frame. That bit, it was probably about that big. It was a small box, not even half the size. And I think that one was like $2.49. So at least twice as much. I was like, well, let's give it a try. I'm going to tell you now, right now, friends. My husband opened it up last night and we gave it a try. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. So let me move this back over so I can put it on there so it's not so far up in the camera. All right. There they are. Hopefully you can see that. I'm trying to go up slow just so it focus. Looks just like a Cheez-It, right? I'm gonna bite one. Has the crunch, is a little bit more thicker. You know how Cheez-Its are real thin. But here's the thing. Does not taste like a Cheez-It. Not even a little bit. It reminds my husband and I of oyster crackers or a saltine cracker with very little cheese flavor to it, if any. It's like an oyster cracker or a saltine cracker. Hold on. I would try to take me out for saying that. I don't mean no harm, baked cheese cracker, but you don't taste like it. I mean, don't try to take me out. I'm just here reporting the facts. I mean, it'll be okay. I'm still going to use you. Sorry about that, guys. Goodness gracious. So, what we're going to do is we're still going to use these, but I'm going to use them as because we do not buy croutons anymore. We make them out of either, leftover bread, leftover bagels, um, leftover crackers, whatever we have. So, I'm going to use this as a topping for my salad. And that's how we're going to get through those. So I'm going to put those on the side and use that as a side for crackers. And we're going to roll this bag down, but I don't want that loud crinkling in the video. So hold on right back. Now I'm just pointing at those so I could probably put that in my thumbnail to see, does it taste like Cheez-Its? Mm-mm. Like I said, no, it don't. But they are good. I want to say that if you're looking for, I mean, that's 2 pounds. Now, what did I say it was? I gotta look. I can't remember. Um, 1 pound, 5 ounces worth of crackers for $2.79. And if you notice, I don't know how much the little oyster crackers are, like the bag of oyster crackers, or say like a saltine cracker. But if you're looking for a good substitute or a cracker to go with your soups or your salads, or something comparable to that, that's not bad on price, I would actually get these if I couldn't find those other two, or if they're out of stock. Because I remember for a while there, you couldn't find saltines and you couldn't find oyster crackers. Well, if that's the case, I think these right here will be a fantastic substitute for those. I really do. What else do we need to get? Oh, let me show you another thing. Because I'm all about showing y'all some good stuff here. Thank you. Got my son to get some stuff out the freezer because it's cold. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him put my salad in the refrigerator really quick, so it won't get warm, because who wants some warm salad? So we'll be right back. And also, let me grab, thank you. Grab this. Thank you, thank you. All right. So what I'm going to do too, really super quick, is so my tea has tempered down some, because you don't want to add honey to tea that's too warm, because it'll kill out any good nutrition in it. So my husband's mentor, which is also a friend of ours, that he goes to for bees, and to help him with his bees and our bees, is some honey. And he had this honeycomb, and he was like, oh, go and give that to Sonya, because he knows I love honey, as for my husband helping him. So he went ahead and gave him that. So of course I'm gonna let that go to waste. I'm going to put that, ooh, maybe in my tea here as a sweetener. And I also got out some limes. I got 2 more limes that was prepped in the refrigerator, and we're going to add that to it. And then I'm going to show you another way to use up some things, or to make a meal out of something, or a dessert actually out of something. When I was a kid, we would eat the honeycomb, which, as you see, it just, look at that. Can you see the honey coming out of it? This used to be our chewing gum. If you're from the country or anywhere that does honey, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean when I say, as a kid, they would give us, and this is unprocessed, straight from the honeycomb, straight from the beehive, honey. And we would literally chew on that, which yes, I'm going to do. Let's see if we can get that goodness. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. No, that was delicious. Um, that would be, let me throw that in the recycle bin. That was our chewing gum back in the day. And we'll just take honeycomb and just chew it. Or get all the honey out of it and then get another piece, chew it, and get all the honey out of it. So that was delicious. Mm-mm-mm. And if it was a little bit softer, yeah, I would have went ahead and swallowed that, but we're not going to take a chance on that because it's from last year's honey, so the comb is getting a little stiff, but I will still chew it. Mm-mm-mm. All right. So we got that. We got our tea with our honey in it. Delicious. And that spoon was a little too big. Our limes. All right. And that used up those limes there. So there's something else used up in the refrigerator. And before I let you go, because I don't like to keep it too long, we made the other day peanut butter chocolate banana bread. And I'm going to tilt it forward, and it smells fantastic. But look at that. You can see it's almost like fudgy in there. And we had, I don't know if you remember, but there was a certain peanut butter that had a recall. And here's another FYI. And they were like, get rid of that peanut butter. Do not use. Well, we don't buy small things of peanut butter. So I had two, three. I had one in the refrigerator that was halfway done and two in the pantry. And what we end up doing is I contacted them and told them, gave them the UPCs off of it. Or actually, I filled the contact them, and then they told me how to do the form online and put in the UPC, the quantity. We'll make a long story short, they sent us vouchers for the peanut butter so we could replace what we threw away from the recall. So if you ever get recall, and we did the same thing, there was some on Vienna sausages, and we did the exact same thing. And they actually sent us, actually, no, that's not true. The vouchers came in, which the peanut butter was like $8 or something a jar. We went ahead and got the peanut butter. So I'm down to two huge jars now, and we had to start opening those up. Plus, we got powdered peanut butter for our protein shakes. But we went ahead and started using those up so that way it will not just be sitting and sitting. So I put that in the bread. And then also, if you have bananas, or if you see bananas that are on, you know how they have the produce to where they're starting to brown and it's super cheap, go ahead and get them, peel them, or put them in a Ziploc bag. And I want to show you how brown these bananas are. I mean, it's almost like a liquid at this point. It is brown, 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 which is awesome because it adds a natural sweetener. And what you do is you just bring that out and let it sit on your counter for, say, my house is warm, so I keep it warm. And I think it was like maybe 20 minutes. And then you could literally just cut off the bananas in portions. You don't have to thaw the whole thing. And we measured it out, which calls for a cup, and use that in our in our banana bread recipes. So that way, if you keep it in the freezer, you always have um, bananas for your banana recipes, especially banana bread recipes. And that banana bread is gonna be really good with we got some whipped cream, which we can put on top. And we also have ice cream that what we do is we put it in the toaster just enough to warm it up just a little bit and scoop. Now we've done it with chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream on top, which is really good. Vanilla ice cream on top is really good. Um, Extra heavy whipped cream on top is really good. And we also have a mocha fudge whipped cream, which if you want chocolate on chocolate, that's good. So yeah, it's a good little treat. And I wanted to show you real quick because my husband and I just made that bread literally day before yesterday, and you see how much is left. So I wanted to show you before it was all gone. And it's a way to use up, what's in your house. And also it calls for like vegetable oil in it. I actually put avocado oil because we have avocado oil, and I was like, you know what, we got to use that up. I've had it for a while. So we my husband and I made that with avocado oil. And I'm laughing because my husband, he's getting so into, he's always loved to cook and, try out baking things. So a lot of when I say my husband and I, it's literally my husband and I, because usually I'll read off our recipe or assist him, but let him actually do it to get that experience of baking. And he's been doing awesome and cooking, and he enjoys it. So, which I'm a lucky woman. I enjoy it too. I just have to give a little direction, and he does it, and he does a good job. So here's the salad, and of course it's the cheese, pepperoni, and a little bit of ranch with cracked pepper on it. And then of course, like I said, since croutons now, I'm going to put those baked cheese crackers on top for my croutons, or as a crunch source, right? Because what is a crouton? A crouton is a crunch source, right? Just to add a different layer of texture. And I think because, like I said, texture, right? And to add some protein to that, because this is my brunch for today. And since to me, this is going to be a lot. So next thing I'll have is my dinner. We're going to put some of these Planters dry roasted, bold and savory right on top of there is another crunch factor. And as you can see, we're almost out of those. So we're going to use those up. And what else we got? Oh, and then we had 2 more peaches left. So the peaches are cut up, and we're going to have the peaches as a snack with our tea. What are you having for breakfast, lunch, or brunch today? And thank you for watching.